Have you ever paused to listen to your heart? Not the beat of your pulse, but the whispers deep within that guide you, challenge you, and push you forward when everything else feels uncertain. We live in a world that often tells us to rely on logic, to seek the approval of others, to measure success in numbers or outward accomplishments. But there is a power inside you, an undeniable force that transcends all of that. It's the voice of your heart, and it is calling you to live with courage, with passion, and with authenticity. We all know the feeling, the moment when you feel torn between the safety of what you know and the excitement of what could be. It's that inner struggle, that moment of truth, where your heart speaks louder than your fears. It whispers, you are capable, you are enough. Don't be afraid to take the leap. There is a truth that's often overlooked. The greatest achievements in life, the ones that fill us with the deepest joy, don't come from playing it safe. They don't come from staying within the boundaries set by others or hiding behind fear. They come from the moments when we listen closely to that quiet voice inside and say, I trust you, I'll follow you. That voice doesn't make grand promises of instant success. It doesn't guarantee that the road ahead will be easy, but it does promise that the journey will be worth it. It will lead you to places you never imagined, to experiences that shape you, and to a life that is uniquely yours. It will teach you resilience in the face of setbacks, and it will help you find joy even in the simplest moments. When you trust your heart, you stop living in fear of failure. You stop comparing yourself to others. You stop measuring your worth by external standards. Instead, you begin to embrace the power of who you truly are. You realize that your life, with all its imperfections, is exactly what it's meant to be. You are not here to please others. You are here to live your truth, to make a difference, to experience life in its fullest, rawest. And let me tell you something profound. When you align your life with what feels true to you, the universe has a funny way of opening doors. Opportunities start to appear, not because you forced them, but because you've chosen to live authentically. People will notice your energy. They will be drawn to your passion. And the most incredible thing will happen. The world will meet you halfway. So what does your heart say? What dreams have you kept tucked away, hidden beneath fear or doubt? What would happen if you took the first step, no matter how small, towards those dreams? What would it look like if you began to listen to the quiet but undeniable power of your own heart? Remember, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to believe in yourself, to trust the whispers of your heart, and to take that step forward. Your heart has always known the way. All you need to do is listen. The first step to unlocking the potential within you is learning to listen to your heart. We live in a world that constantly demands us to look outward, to measure success by how others see us, to follow the latest trends, to chase after approval and validation. But in all that noise, there's a quiet, powerful voice deep inside you, a voice that's been there all along, patiently waiting for you to notice it. That voice is your heart. It's not just a symbol of emotion or feeling, but a compass that knows the way even when you feel lost. So many of us go through life distracted, running after goals and ambitions that aren't even ours. We get caught up in the opinions of others, in societal pressures that tell us how we should live, what we should do, who we should be. But what if all along the key to true fulfillment was right there inside us, waiting to be heard? The heart doesn't make demands or set rules. It doesn't judge or compare. It simply whispers, this is who you are. This is where you belong. Trust me, I know the way. The heart's wisdom isn't loud or forceful. It's gentle, steady, and clear if you take the time to listen. Yet we often drown it out with doubt, fear, and distractions. The first step in truly living is to stop, breathe, and turn inward, to ask yourself, what does my heart want? What is it trying to tell me? When you do this, you begin to separate the noise of the world from the truth that resides within you. Listening to your heart isn't always easy. It requires you to let go of the safety of familiar routines, to trust in something that cannot be easily measured or quantified. But the rewards are immeasurable. When you follow the whispers of your heart, you align yourself with your truest purpose. You step away from the path that others have paved for you, and instead you carve your own. Imagine the power that comes when you trust that inner voice, when you let it guide your decisions, your actions, and your dreams. It's like stepping into a life where everything you do feels authentic, where every choice you make resonates with who you truly are. The heart doesn't lead you astray, it leads you to your fullest potential, to a life of meaning, of connection, and of true happiness. So ask yourself today, are you listening to your heart, or are you letting the noise of the world drown out the quiet but powerful wisdom it offers? If you want to live a life that is truly yours, the first step is to hear what your heart has been trying to tell you all along. When you begin to listen to your heart, something extraordinary happens. It urges you to take action, to step into the unknown with courage, to move forward even when the path isn't clear. It's easy to let fear hold us back, to stay in the comfort of what we know because the unknown is often filled with uncertainty. But true growth, true transformation doesn't happen when you stay within the confines of safety. It happens when you step out, when you trust in the power of your heart to guide you through the fog of doubt. The heart speaks with a quiet strength, pushing you to do what feels right even when the world around you says it doesn't make sense. It whispers, you are stronger than you think. You are capable of far more than you've given yourself credit for. But you must choose to listen. The journey won't always be easy. There will be times when you question whether you're on the right path, times when obstacles seem insurmountable, when the world seems to conspire against you. But remember, it is in these moments that your heart will shine the brightest, urging you to keep going, reminding you that you are made for this. The courage to follow your heart doesn't mean there won't be challenges. It means that you're willing to face those challenges, knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward your dreams. It's about taking the leap, even when you don't have all the answers. It's about trusting that your heart will catch you, even if you feel like you might fall. And in that trust, you discover something incredible. You discover that you are far more capable than you ever realized. When you listen to your heart, you tap into an inner well of resiliency. A well that never runs dry. As long as you keep moving forward, you stop seeing obstacles as roadblocks and start seeing them as stepping stones. Each setback becomes a lesson. Each failure becomes an opportunity to learn and grow. The courage to take action, to move even when you're uncertain, is what ultimately propels you toward your success. Imagine the power that lies in simply choosing to act, in choosing to trust the direction your heart is pointing you in. The courage to follow your heart isn't about knowing everything in advance. It's about being willing to take the first step, even when the way forward isn't entirely clear. Your heart will illuminate the path as you go, revealing new opportunities, new people, and new possibilities that you never would have encountered if you stayed in your comfort zone. There is a power within each of us that, when fully realized, can move mountains, break through barriers, and achieve things we once thought impossible. This power isn't measured by the number of resources you have or the recognition you receive. It's the quiet yet unshakable strength that resides in your heart. This power is your true essence. It's the energy that fuels your every decision, the force that propels you toward your dreams, and the spark that keeps you going even when the world tells you to stop. When you listen to your heart, you tap into a power that is far more profound than anything external. It's a power that comes from deep within, a connection to something greater than yourself. It's the same power that inspired every great leader, every visionary, and every person who has ever accomplished something extraordinary. They didn't rely on the circumstances around them to give them strength. They relied on their heart, on that deep, unwavering belief in their own potential. This power doesn't need to be loud or boastful. It doesn't require accolades or applause. It exists quietly beneath the surface, ready to emerge the moment you decide to embrace it. When you begin to trust your heart, you unlock an energy that propels you beyond your fears, beyond your doubts, beyond any obstacle that stands in your way. It is the strength that helps you persevere when the road is long and the outcome uncertain. It's the resilience that keeps you going when others might give up. And most importantly, it's the power that allows you to believe in yourself when it feels like no one else does. The beauty of this power is that it is limitless. Unlike external sources of validation, this power isn't something that can be taken away or diminished by the opinions of others. It doesn't fluctuate based on your successes or failures. It is constant, it's always there, always ready for you to tap into when you need it most. The more you trust in your heart, the stronger this power becomes. The more you listen to its guidance, the more your confidence grows. And with each step forward, you realize that this power was inside you all along, waiting to be unleashed. When you connect with your heart, you realize that you are not limited by what others say you can do. You are not confined by the circumstances you were born into or the challenges you face. You are limitless. Your heart will always remind you of that truth. It will remind you that you are capable of achieving far more than you've ever imagined, not because of external conditions, but because of the infinite power within you. So take a moment to reflect. What could you accomplish if you fully embraced the power within your heart? What could you achieve if you believed without a shadow of doubt that you are strong, capable, and worthy of everything you desire. When you trust in the power of your heart, you unlock your truest potential. You tap into a source of strength and possibility that can take you farther than you ever thought possible. The power is already inside you. All you need to do is believe in it, trust it, and allow it to guide you toward the life you were always meant to live. When you live authentically, you step into a life that is uniquely yours, one that is driven not by the expectations of others, but by the deep, unwavering call of your heart. There is a power and authenticity that cannot be replicated by anything external. It's the quiet confidence that comes from knowing who you are and being unapologetically true to yourself. And yet, in a world that constantly urges us to conform, to fit into neatly defined boxes, we often forget the strength that lies in simply being who we are meant to be. Living authentically means having the courage to stand in your truth, even when it feels uncomfortable or when the world around you seems to demand something different. It means following the path that resonates with your soul, even when that path doesn't align with the crowd. The world may try to pull you in different directions, telling you how you should act, who you should be, what success should look like. But when you listen to your heart, you begin to see that your value, your worth, and your success are not defined by others. They are defined by you. Your heart holds a map to your unique journey, one that can only be charted by following your own inner compass. Authenticity is not just about speaking your truth, it's about living it, breathing it, and allowing it to shape every aspect of your life. It's about aligning your actions with your values, aligning your work with your passions, and aligning your relationships with people who truly resonate with the real you. The more you live authentically, the more you attract what's meant for you, people who understand you, opportunities that match your purpose, and a life that feels meaningful, fulfilling, and deeply connected to your true self. When you live authentically, you no longer need to seek validation from the outside world. You stop measuring your worth by external standards, by likes, by applause, by achievements that don't align with who you are at your core. Instead, you measure your worth by the love and respect you have for yourself, by your ability to honor your heart and stay true to your values, no matter what others might say or think. Authenticity allows you to embrace both your strengths and your vulnerabilities. It's the courage to show up as you are, flaws and all, knowing that you don't have to be perfect to be worthy. You are already enough. You have everything within you to create the life you want because you are living from a place of truth. And when you show up as your authentic self, you give others the permission to do the same. You inspire them to embrace their own truths, to trust their hearts, and to walk their own unique paths. So ask yourself, how often do I live in alignment with who I truly am? How often do I listen to my heart and make choices that reflect my true self? When you begin to live authentically, you open the door to a life of limitless potential. You no longer waste energy trying to be someone else or seeking approval from others. Instead, you invest that energy in becoming the best version of yourself. And that, my friend, is where real success, real fulfillment, and real happiness lie. When you listen to your heart and live authentically, you align yourself with your purpose, and everything you've ever wanted will begin to unfold in ways you never imagined.